I'm very honored today to be present at this momentous event of India's 10th Annual Logistics Summit to launch the Humawealth ASEA Benchmark trade lane between India and Indonesia. I would like to extend our deepest appreciation to HE Mr. G.K. Vasan, India's Minister of Shipping, for his support of those programs and practices to enhance the logistics industry's efficiency, to reduce costs, and to spur overall trade and bring well-being to the lives of our global community. In addition to that, I also would like to congratulate Mr. Cyrus Gusda, the Chairman of CII Institute of Logistics Advisory Council, for CII being a center of excellence in logistics and supply chain for India's logistics industry community. Over 2 years ago, I retired as a Secretary General of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, or in short, MITI, after spending more than 3 decades as a government official within the ministry that looks after trade-related matters for Malaysia. During this period, I have witnessed a significant changing landscape across our global trading environment. And today, we hear the custodians of the world economy talk about the real economy, one that is based on the 2 main economic pillars, agriculture and manufacturing. These 2 pillars are supported by the services industry that includes logistics, which throughout mankind has been the bridge connecting our societies and our world. However, globalization has resulted in major imbalances between the key elements of supply and demand across the world's economies. The developed economies, representing 15% of the world's population, are high-income countries with aging populations and have enormous buying power. However, their productivity has led to surplus output, necessitating expansion into new markets. The emerging economies are mid-income countries with large and growing industrial bases. In order to minimize their dependency upon high-income countries, they are eager to tap large growing markets for their expanding production. The developing economies, like Malaysia and India, are low-income countries with huge potential to serve as a desired market for both the developed and emerging economies. They have large young population that can produce labor-intensive industrial products at a very low cost, but they lack buying power today. In order for our global economy to recover and achieve a new era of sustained economic growth for the next century, we must rebalance these characteristics, leveraging strengths while transforming weaknesses into opportunities. The global financial crisis has ushered in a new economic order, one where innovation and productivity are paramount, while the rebuilding is far from complete. And one thing is clear: the new economic order will not resemble what stood before. The G20 replacing the G8 give us proof of that, and in their annual meetings, the G20 leaders have recognized the sizable importance of trade, and that gains in efficiency, security, and transparency, which reduce costs and facilitate increased trade, is a key step to the prosperity of people, nations, regions, and the world as a whole. The question is that, what is the solution to effect this rebalancing fairly and equitably? And just as important, where do we start? We must start with the common denominator that connects all nations, the global logistics industry. We should not underestimate logistics. Its historic impact as the very heart of the global economy is indisputable. The advent of containerization almost 70 years ago fueled several decades of global economic growth throughout the world. The cargo container secured goods against theft and damages while reducing the cost of trade, including cutting loading costs from more than $5 a ton to a mere less than $1. Today, an efficient and secure logistic industry can once again trigger a new era of sustainable economic growth? And how is this possible? The engine of global economic development, world trade, combines the effort of four primary industries: commerce, finance, insurance, and logistics. Logistics is the linchpin that makes trade possible in the world. Maximizing the efficiency of the global logistic industry empowers the three industries and thus delivers the true 21st century digital economy and sustains global economic growth. By way of example, developing countries need to improve their purchasing power of their population through more diverse economic activities and to attract investments from developed countries. This can be achieved by reducing their high landed import-export costs through being more efficient. The reduction of excess landed import-export costs is but one benefit of the Global Coalition of Efficient Logistics Humawealth Program, or in short we call it GCEL, Humawealth Program. The Humawealth Program is a comprehensive global plan wherein through the launch of the Asia Benchmark trade lane between India and Indonesia, for a start, will deploy soft infrastructure that is critical foundation for this new digital economy. The Humawealth Program has the support of more than 156 countries, 21 NGOs globally, including the United Nations, OECD, ASEAN Business Advisory Council, or ASEAN BUD, League of Arab States, Organization of American States, among others. In addition, the GCEL's members and supporters included the world's most prominent finance, insurance, and technology firms with 2.7 million manpower operating in 130 countries, servicing 60% of the world's GDP. Our trading activities can be made more efficient through the deployment of soft infrastructure, which include, number one, an open source technology platform proven and tested by the global organizations. Secondly, deployment of the platform by 28 of the world's most prominent finance, insurance, and technology firms at no extra cost to the end users. And three, a rapid 18-month global deployment program with 4 benchmark trade lanes in Asia, in Middle East and Africa, in Europe and the Americas, led by a public-private partnership with global coverage in 12 months thereafter. The Asia Benchmark Trade Lane is the first of the 4 benchmark lanes starting here in India. Thus, the essential requirement for restoring sustainable growth through the rebalancing of the global economy is the deployment of soft infrastructure, creating more efficient, dependable, and reliable logistics pipelines. Today, with technology, we can empower the digital economy. Yes, like the advent of the shipping container 70 years ago. We can do it again. We can reduce Asian trade costs by US dollars 194 billion. This is an estimation. And in India alone, we are estimated to reduce the cost of doing business by 9.1 billion every year. In addition, we can create 25.8 million manufacturing, agriculture, and service industry jobs throughout the Asia region. And even with more importantly, we can provide the tools free of cost to our millions of SMEs to reduce their operation costs by up to 15% and assist them to connect to global markets. In addition, due to increased shipment activity, transparency, and visibility, our banking institution will have lower credits and transaction risks, thereby providing the SMEs more access to badly needed trade financing. The financial crisis left behind a legacy of debt, lost opportunities, and staggering trade imbalances that must now be resolved. Yet in this crisis lies great opportunities. As the new economic order begins, the Asia region can lay the foundation for sustained growth in the years and decades to come and take a much bigger role in the global economy. Our path leading to economic progress, stability, and prosperity is made possible through more efficient trade, and that Asian nations must join together to seek mutually beneficial trade and investment within the hemisphere as means of sustaining balanced growth. And ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, I'm very glad to be in India and the Silicon Valley of Asia, where there exists a high percentage of SMEs that would certainly benefit from the Humawealth ASEA Benchmark trade lane deployment. Most importantly, GCEL and CII are conducting a shipment efficiency analysis, or in short we call it SEA, on Indian businesses based on a comprehensive, best-in-class approach to shipment efficiency. This analysis will cover new 21st century 6-element trade efficiency indicators that is set to become a new logistic benchmark towards realizing the true digital economy. I wish India the best of luck and prosperity for your future and look forward to us building the regional and global economy together.